Police cars revolving light breaking story. Former President Donald Trump once promised every American a $2,000 stimulus check, a bold pledge that grabbed headlines, sparked hope, and stirred controversy across the nation. But what really happened behind the scenes? Why did millions never see that money? And could Trump's renewed push for direct payments make a comeback before the next election? In this video, we're uncovering the hidden truth behind Trump's $2,000 check promise, the politics, the timing, and what it could mean for your wallet in the months ahead. The $2,000 promise that changed everything. Let's rewind to late December 2020. Congress had just passed a bill sending $600 checks to Americans as part of a pandemic relief package. But President Trump, in a stunning move, refused to sign, demanding $2,000 per person instead. He said, quote, "Why should working families get only $600 when foreign nations are getting billions?" His statement sent shockwaves through Washington and ignited a nationwide debate. For a moment, millions believed that bigger checks were finally coming. What really happened behind closed doors? Here's what most people don't know. Trump's demand for $2,000 checks came after Congress had already finalized the $900 billion stimulus bill. Lawmakers on both sides were caught off guard. The House quickly voted to increase the amount to $2,000, but the Senate stalled, and time ran out. As a result, Americans only received $600 checks at the time. The larger $2,000 payments didn't pass until President Biden took office in 2021, and even then, it came as a $1,400 top-up, completing Trump's original promise indirectly. So technically, Trump's push did lead to $2,000 total checks, but only after he left office. Why the promise still matters today? Fast forward to now, Trump is once again teasing direct relief and massive tax credits for families as part of his new economic agenda. Analysts say his $2,000 check promise could resurface in the 2026 campaign cycle as a symbol of economic populism, a strategy to appeal to working-class Americans hit by inflation and high costs. And with the federal budget still strained, this debate over direct cash payments is heating up again. The hidden truth few talk about. Behind the headlines, there's a deeper story most Americans never heard. Trump's $2,000 promise wasn't just about relief, it was about political leverage. It put pressure on both parties, exposing divisions within Congress and reshaping the conversation about how much direct aid Americans should get in times of crisis. It also marked the first time in decades that a Republican president openly supported universal stimulus payments, a move that broke from traditional party lines. That moment changed U.S. economic politics forever. How the promise impacted future policy. Because of that battle, direct cash relief became mainstream policy, not a fringe idea. Both parties began proposing direct aid in future bills. And it laid the groundwork for child tax credit expansions and pandemic unemployment aid programs that followed. In short, Trump's push, even if delayed, permanently shifted how Washington responds to economic crises. Could the $2,000 promise return? Here's where it gets interesting. Trump's advisors have hinted at a middle-class rescue plan, a proposal that could include tax refunds or direct transfers to U.S. families if revenues rise or if inflation slows. Some conservative lawmakers are even floating a freedom dividend concept, one-time payments funded by tariffs and cuts in overseas spending. Nothing is official yet, but one thing's clear, the idea of sending money directly to Americans is no longer controversial. It's popular. It's powerful. And it wins elections. What this means for you. If new direct payments are approved, here's what you should expect. Calendar payments could be distributed via direct deposit through the IRS, eligibility likely based on tax return income thresholds, banknote with $ amounts possibly tied to inflation relief or economic stimulus, bank priority to families, seniors, and low-income workers. For now, it's only in discussion, but stay alert. The push for economic relief is returning to the national stage. The political gamble. Critics say Trump's $2,000 check promise was a last-minute tactic meant to rally public support. Supporters say it proved he was willing to stand up for ordinary Americans when Washington wouldn't. Whichever side you're on, there's no denying that single promise reshaped modern U.S. economic policy debates. The bottom line. So, what's the hidden truth behind Trump's $2,000 check promise? It's not just about the money. It's about power, timing, and the future of how America helps its citizens in crisis. That promise showed that economic populism, giving money directly to the people, isn't just politics anymore. It's the new battleground for America's middle class. So, will Trump's $2,000 checks ever return? Only time, and the next Congress, will tell. But one thing's certain, the idea of direct financial help isn't going away. It's growing stronger. White right pointing backhand index. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on stimulus checks, Social Security, and government benefit programs. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.